All right, this is going to be a video on how to install PC2 in the WTI web team interface for programming contests, preferably at regional. I'm in region 1 for 3A. So last year, Rich was the director for our region and I think for the state. So Rich B, I appreciate your information. Here is the document for the WTI, and here's some documentation I got for PC2 in the past. It looks like it's from John Owens, but also modified by Rich. So I'm going to attempt to set, I've got a router over here that I'll show in a moment. Okay, here's the computers I'm going to attach to this router. And from information from Sam Black, who was at Lubbock High for many years and now is part of UIL, he said put the PC2 server directly to the router using an Ethernet cable. So I'm going to go get an Ethernet cable and I'll install PC2, the server, and whatever other devices. I think Rich had 2 or 3 computers running. One was the server, one was a backup, or again, I'm going to get the information and try to set that up, and when it works, I will have some more information. Okay, I had just succeeded in this morning hooking up a router to this machine. This is the PC2 server. I started PC2 server, and it gave me a warning about the 32-bit and 64-bit OS, so I'll consider that later, but I did get the PC2. I know the IP of this computer, so it is the server. I edited the INI file to make that happen. The next thing I'll do is I'll connect this one with, I have a hub over there. This is going to be my WTI server. So this is going to be the PC2 server, the WTI server, and then I'll make some more connections later. It was very complex to get this Netgear Nighthawk to attach because my IT guy, Mathers, had to use his phone to log in because it would not recognize it because I believe it was a flash page. So he had to go in and go to a thing called Basilisk. There's a Basilisk browser, there it is. The Basilisk browser was able to run the flash to get the router to set up, which was another side quest. Okay, step one, I got the router turned on, attached. I have a router name called UIL Contest, and the password is UIL ROCKS, UIL Rocks. So that way everybody can connect to that router. All right, thanks. Okay, this is video part 2. Excuse my froggy voice. Over there are 3 computers running the PC2 server, the admin, and the WTI server. I don't have it set up completely. I was just trying to see if it connects. Over here, here's a kid computer. I've got PC2 on there, and all I did was type in the IP of the WTI server. In this case, it was 192.168.1.5:8080, and it did allow me to come in. I don't have the admin set up for judging files, but it did connect. So this is connection. I got it connected. I just talked to Rich. So step 1, I started PC2 server here. And you can see I've got administrator, feeder 1, scoreboard 2, and team 1 connected. Okay, I'll call that computer A the server. Computer B is the administrator, and I did not start judge yet, but I will. So the admin is going. I don't have it completely working, but when you see behind on this window, so I started PC2 admin, and you can see I've got several people attached, judges and teams. Also started PC2EF, the event feeder. There we go. So PC2EF, the event feeder, feeder 1. Started that. We'll call this computer C. This is the WTI server, And notice it's just sitting there blinking. It did not bring up a GUI window like the others, but it's sitting there and it's obviously working because it's contacting the server and blinking. And you can see on the PC2 server that I've got the administrator, the feeder 1, scoreboard 2, which is the WTI server, and team 1, which is connected from over there, like the kids. There's the kids, here's the judges. And what I need to do next is on one of these machines, probably this one, start judge. And then when I get another computer working, I'll put judge 2 right here, and we'll have 2 judges. So right now, these are all attached Ethernet to this router, and we'll see how this goes. Thanks to Rich for his assistance in this process. And thanks to Sam Black, who gave me some information for this too. All right, I did a sample contest with the dry run. I have 2 runs with team 1, the dry run and something called area. Now, the dry run worked just fine. The area, the auto judge was kind of iffy on it. I need to redo my contest and try it again, but I did have some success in, I ran the computer, the student computer over here using the WTI, and I was able to judge the dry run. It worked, and then I didn't see the scoreboard. And I stopped the contest just now, so may not be able to see it. But this worked. I was able to run the dry run. It worked correctly, auto-judged. So I will load up a new contest and try it again. But I did have success, excuse me, loading the server, the administrator, the feeder, a judge, the judges, the WTI server and the judges right here. And I will type in those documents and make sure I ran, the admin, the feeder EF, and then I ran the WTI and the judge 1 right here. So that's what I've done so far. It worked, but it doesn't work seamlessly, but at least I was able to connect, try the dry run. I ran the dry run from there. It zipped over here and it worked. So I'll have more information later. But I was able to install the PC2 server on this little network here, and I was able to submit the dry run from over there. Okay, let me re-emphasize, on this computer, I didn't have to go in and change a bunch of settings. I just moved PC2 onto the C drive with the correct INI file. We changed the INI file so that it hooked to this IP address. So I will be doing that very shortly. All right, this is contest day. I am now running the PC2 server, admin, WTI server, and we'll have students in the next room. So there's my practice computer that I worked on. We'll have kids in the next room, and I will show when there's a submission what it looks like and what it looks like when I judge it. Okay, my students are in the other room writing the dry run. I put them as team 2. So they are team 2. We will see when a run comes in. Right now, the admin is running. So there's the judge. We'll see when a program comes in. Because I want to document this. Okay, we did the dry run, and then you are going to submit the dry run. So, and then you click on the file and you submit. Now let's see what happens. It probably should say validator works, because yesterday it was working. 3, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to go back over there and see what it looks like on the judge screen. You guys follow me. Okay, it said yes so far. Tell you what, would you hold this on this screen like this while I do it?
Sure.
It's not the best. You get what I'm saying? So here we go. So I'm going to request the run on the Team 2 dry run. Request it. It says it's going to accept it. So I'm going to execute the run, and I'm going to view. I can view the output, judge's output, and compare. So I'm going to compare. I like cabbage. I like contest. I like judges. I like everything. And if you can't scroll up and down because it's not much, but if you locked scrolling, you could see it. So this works. I'm going to say close. I'm going to say yes, I accept the validator. If it would have been wrong, sometimes it's just white space, so I would go judge it. Accept validator. Thank you. Now we'll go check it out. Let's see what your computer says. And does it say?
Runs, clarifications.
Judgments? Judgment, yes.
There it goes.
Okay. If you'd have been in here, it would have popped up and said, yeah, you got a thing.
Okay.
So here is the contest. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay, so you can see that Team 2 got 60 points. I'm going to stop this contest. So I go to the configure contest times stop all. Now it's stopped. They cannot do anymore. I'm going to go to profiles. I'm going to switch. So go to profiles and switch to the contest, which I have all the change to contest. Yes. Type in the password. 3, 2, 1. Everything looks good. Okay. So on the profiles, the active contest, I'm going to go to problems. All the problems are in there. 2 hours set. So I believe I'm ready to run contest. So go back to profiles. I'm in the active contest. The problems. I'm going to go to times, and it's set for 2 hours. So I'm going to start it in a moment. Guys, ready? 3, 2, 1, start. And we'll start it. Okay, they ran a correct program, but it still says fail. So I'm going to compare, and it's all the same. So it could have been just white space somewhere, but I could see no problems with this program. It's the same as the team and the judge output. So I'm going to allow it. and it gave them 60 points. Okay, the second submitted problem is Abraham. So let's see, I'm going to request a run. It says it validated it, so I'm going to execute. I'm going to compare. 5, better find a hobby. It accepted it, so I'm going to accept the validator. Bingo! Okay, so now they get 2 problems right.